3.
My name is Grant Torgerson in Public Speaking at Colby Community College, and today's audience will be
Jordan Dravich, friend.
Max Werba, friend. Cade Vila, friend.
Rachel Howard, dad's fiance.
Robert Torgerson, father.
the topic of today's speech will be how to properly tackle in football to prevent head injuries. The general speech purpose is to demonstrate, and the specific purpose is my goal with this demonstrative speech is to establish the proper technique that goes along with making a safe and effective tackle. I remember at the age of 7, football being all I wanted to do throughout my childhood. Being young, you don't realize the importance of playing the game in a safe way, particularly the way you tackle an opponent. Researchers from Boston University studied the brains of 165 people. People who played football at high school, college, and the professional level were found in 131 of them, which is 79%, had cases of CTE. Of those brains, 91 of them belonged to NFL players, and 87 of them, which is 96%, had signs of CTE. I understand the risk of playing such a violent sport and the injuries that come along with it. At age 9, I had my first head injury that was a head-on collision with another player. I realized if I wanted to continue playing the game I love, I would have to make adjustments to the way I play. This is why today I'll be talking about and demonstrating the proper way to make both a straightforward tackle and a lateral tackle, also called a hawk tackle. First, I'll be talking about the straightforward tackle. In the NFL's 2005 Health and Safety Report, the league reported that concussions in the regular season games have gone down by 35% since 2012, according to Atlantic researchers. This is a drastic decrease in percentages and shows the NFL and other levels of play are moving in the right direction. The decrease in concussions is due to the new rule the league passed where players can't lead with the crown of their helmet by making tackles. This has made the game safer for not only the people making the tackle, but the player getting tackled. Over here is an example of a helmet. This is known as the crown of the helmet. When players lead with the helmet, head down, this is where injuries can happen for both the player and the person getting tackled. This, the face mask, is where players should lead with, as researchers say, hit what you can see. As you can tell, the person who had this helmet did not always make the proper choices when making a tackle. Now I will demonstrate the straightforward tackle with my friend Cade Beal. First, I want to demonstrate the non-correct way to make this tackle. Going head on has the most chances of causing an injury. By going down head first, there's the most chance injury of both the head and the neck area. So if I make this tackle head down, that's where you're both going to get a flag and cause injury to both of you. The proper way to make this tackle is to come in with a 45-degree angle to the back, get down to a level, and have the face mask on the ball. With this, you go through the tackle and drive. Next, I'll be talking about the hawk tackle. The hawk tackle is what the Seattle Seahawks call the tackling technique they teach and employ. Back in 2008, when concussions were at an all-time high, the Seahawks, an assistant coach by the name of Rocky Cito, under Pete Carroll, took traditional football tackling methods and altered them to more rugby style where they don't have helmets, and this approach was found by Stack Research. Now I'll demonstrate both the incorrect way and the correct way to make a hawk tackle. The hawk tackle is a lateral running tackle. So as Cade moves to my left, the incorrect way to make this tackle would have my head on the front side of Cade with my head completely part of the tackle. This is a chance of a lot of injuries and is the incorrect way of playing. The correct way to make this tackle is as Cade's moving to my left, follow the back hip and keep the head on the back side of the tackle, wrapping the legs and rolling, keeping the head out of the tackle. Why is this important? The condition known as chronic traumatic encephalopathy, CTE, was formerly believed to exist primarily in boxers, but is found to have a huge presence among football players as well. This is because in previous years, players tended to lead with the head, thinking the helmet would have full protection. According to Brain Injury Research Institute, some of the most common side effects include loss of memory, difficulty controlling impulsive and erratic behavior, and impaired judgment. The most famous case is Mike Webster, a center in the NFL, where he had such bad case of CTE, he actually committed suicide. And I tell you this case because this is the kind of case I hope to prevent in the future by demonstrating this game, or this tackle. I remember as a child getting my first concussion and not knowing where I was and how I got there. I hope with this demonstration of a proper tackling technique, this helps future young athletes make smart decisions on the field. I hope these new tackling techniques demonstrated today make an impact on athletes and how they view making a tackle. I know the big flashy hit we all seen on TV is what people want to see, but when it comes to keeping players safe, you need to keep both a proper technique in a straight-on tackle and tackling in a hawk tackle. My sources for this speech were the Atlantic Researchers, Stack.com, and Protection of the Brain Institute. Thank you.